Yo! What's up, everybody? This is KLM1187 here. I am so proud to present RGR race number 19. That's right. This is the 19th race that we have done here at RGR. I am just so happy about that. We've been able to keep this going for so long, so thank you guys all for coming out and supporting us, watching us. Thanks to all the racers here who join us every month here. It is much appreciated. Yes, RGR can now drink in Canada. How you guys doing tonight? Apollo, welcome. Kyle Precise is here. Thank you for that host. Strizer. Alright, so today we have Excitebike for the NES. This one's really tough. I tried to mess around with this one a little bit myself, and I could not get the hang of it at all. So, we'll see what our racers can do here, but today we have 4 competitors here. We have first time RGR competitor here, Olicad, I hope I said that right, I apologize if I butchered it. We have RGR veteran, BBL, BLP. We have another RGR veteran, Hey Billy Mays here. He has won a couple of our races here. We'll see how he can do. And then we also have Magic K, who has also joined us for a few of our races. So, all of these guys, as far as I know, have had no previous experience with this game. So we will see how they do here. Make sure you do give them a follow if you don't already follow them. And we're going to get this started here. I just want to briefly explain the format here and how we're going to do this today. So, this game is generally timed by in-game timer. So, but for the race's sake, we're going to use RTA timing. As you can see, their timer's there. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a best of 3. So, or not best of 3, but first to 3 victories. And so, since you basically have to place in each of the races in order to basically finish. So basically what we're going to do is if somebody fails one of the races along the way, it'll basically be, you know, the end of their run. And what we'll do is whoever makes it the farthest in a race, so say like nobody finishes, whoever makes it the farthest will get the point for that race, just because of like the difficulty of this one. Only one of those URLs work. I don't know, they seem to be working for me. Thank you for that, and welcome. Okay, so I think without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this started here. So I just wanted to explain kind of what we're going to do, so we'll see. I'm going to see if we're ready to go here in SRL, and then I'm going to start the race up here. But yeah, good luck to all these guys. Again, thank you for these guys for joining in. And for everybody who's joined in over the past almost 2 years now we've been doing this, so it looks like we are ready to go. Alright, we're going to start up here in just about 10 seconds. I have some music playing in the background because there's really not much sound here. Let me know if it's too distracting. I'll turn it down or turn it off. Alright, so we can see we're on our way here. Looks like Magic K got a little bit, I think it's just this stream's a little behind, so I apologize for that, guys. The sync's not going to be too well, but... So we can see the Excitebike here, so you are on your little dirt bike, I guess, and you go through all these different tracks here. You can see all the ramps. So the speed tech in this game is basically just to hit the ramps, which give you the speed. You can land in a certain way. You can see Olicad's having a pretty good go of it here. You land in a certain way and you do a certain set of inputs to keep that speed going. If you're able to do that and hit all those smaller like triangle ramps, it will give you the most speed, and you can keep it up for the whole track. I mean, if you go fast enough, it's kind of cool actually. You can even kind of just wrap around the screen. The NES is notorious for being able to like wrap around the top of the screen and come back to the bottom. So you can see, oh, Billy Mays looks like is the first one to finish here. BBL is not far behind. Magic K, and then Only Cat. Okay, so that's the first track there. So all the tracks are pretty much the same kind of layouts. They just have different, you know, like sets of ramps, and you gotta watch out for, I think it's like mud piles, I guess. I'm having trouble with Magic K stream. I'm gonna reload it here. Yes, as you notice too, there's also a temperature gauge at the bottom. So you push B to kind of accelerate, but if you hold B down, it decreases your temperature gauge. So you have to be careful, because if you do, if your temperature gauge does reach the max, you do overheat, and then your bike stops running. Magic K stream overheated. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with his stream here. I'm gonna keep trying to reload it here, guys. This is track number 2. You can see it's very similar. Oh, there's also the little zippers on the bottom too, which I do believe also, yeah, it also kind of resets your temperature gauge as well. So you want to make sure you're hitting those as you go. Yeah, these sound effects are quite amazing. Alright, I believe, yep, there's Billy Mays has finished the second course. BBL not far behind. Holy Cat's coming in too, to the finish as well. He did take a little spill there, but he's able to finish the track. Alright, so now track number 3 is our nice little blue track here. Oh! See, Billy Mays takes a little tumble there. That gets me every time. Especially when you do it on top of like a huge ramp like that, because it just takes so long. It's so comical, but I think that's going to put BBL up here in the lead, so let's see. So those little triangle ramps, you can see Billy Mays got a little bit of speed there. Nope, see, it's a little bit of a mud patch there. You can see there's certain lap timers as well. Oh, this is going to be a long tumble for Billy here. Seems he's lost connection entirely. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'll keep trying to refresh here to try to get Magic K back up. You can mash on the bike to get faster. See, I did not know that. That's interesting. This game. Oh, we got Magic K's back. All right, very good. Actually, it looks like he finished the. He kept going though, so that's good. And it looks like he might be ahead. We don't have his timer going. I think he forgot to start his timer, but it looks like at this point he might be ahead. But we can see everybody starting on track 3 here. It's pretty close so far. These guys are doing pretty good. They're doing much better than I did anyways. Like, I messed around with it for a little bit this week. Not as much as I usually like to do. Oh, we can see the overheat there. So Billy and Magic K kind of overheated there. So that's what you gotta be careful of. This is a lot of time. But yeah, the game's very simple in its like mechanics, like as far as like what you need to do, but getting a feel for it is a completely different story. It is not as easy as it looks. See a couple of guys taking a little bit of spill there. Doing pretty good navigating through this track though. Yeah, you want to try and hit those small little triangular ramps as much as you can, because those give you the most speed. And of course, hitting the zippers as you go too to reset your temperature so you can keep accelerating. Getting a little greedy with the B button, yeah. Alright, so it looks like BBL's in, Magic K's in, Billy overheated again, Holy Cat's coming up to the finish. There we go, perfect. These guys are doing pretty good so far. Alright, so there's six total tracks here in Selection A. I believe this is the... I think this is the 5th one now. Because I think it's one, it starts at track 1 and then it goes like track 1A and then 2A. Something like that. I don't know if we lost Billy here too. Let me just get a refresh on here. Okay, yeah, it looks like... Oh, okay, so that's another thing, too. So you do have to finish in the top 3 of each track. So you're racing against other, like, computers' times, I guess. So you do have to finish in the top 3, otherwise you basically lose. So it looks like Magic K and Billy Mays have both have failed to make the top 3. Our other 2 guys, Olicat and BBL, are still going here. So that is another thing. The only time it doesn't matter is on the last track. All you have to do, I believe, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but you just have to finish. You just have to finish the last track, whether you come in, you know, top 3 or not. It's still considered a game over, but it's the last track of the selection. So as long as you finish it, it's considered a valid run. I see Olicat did a really good job at the end there, kind of navigating through those little mud piles. Finished in 2nd place, so he's going to move on. BBL came in 7th there, so he's going to get his game over there. So Olicat moves on to that. I believe this is the last track. And since he has made it the farthest, he's going to take our first victory here. So he's going to finish it out. Hopefully he'll finish out this run. And then we'll move on to the next one. So you can see he's doing a really, Olikat's doing a really good job of managing his temperature gauge here. He's making sure not to overheat so he can keep going. Also while trying not to slow down too. So, and he finishes. So GG to Olicat, he's going to take our first victory here. And he finished in 2nd place. A legitimate, true ending, best ending run, so to speak. Or good ending run. So GG to Olicat for taking our first victory here. Very well done by all these guys, really. Like I said, this is far better than what I could do in this game. I could barely beat the first track myself when I was playing, so... So good game, guys. We're gonna just take a brief moment here to set up the next race room, and then we'll get going here shortly. But GG's to these guys. Alright, so as we're getting set up here, if anybody here is interested in joining one of our races in the future, or if you guys have never speedrun anything before, if you've considered speedrunning and kind of thought to yourself, hey, I don't really know how to get into it, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do, You know, like that's what we're kind of all about here. We welcome all skill levels of speedrunners, whether it's people just starting out, whether it's people who have been doing this for years. Basically, our goal is to just learn new games each month as a community, learn together, have a fun race at the end of each month. And so yeah, just join our Discord there. So we are more than welcome to have any new people come in. We all learn together. We usually get like somebody who's an expert at the game to come in and help us learn too. So yeah, definitely join us up if you're interested in what we do here. Yeah, these short games are fun. And previously with shorter games, you know, we've done like one race and then called it. But I feel like this kind of format makes for a better viewing experience as well, and it gives our runners too a little bit more time to, you know, like show off what they've learned over the past week. Games, you know, we've done like one race and then called it. But I feel like this kind of format makes for a better viewing experience as well, and it gives our runners too a little bit more time to, you know, like show off what they've learned over the past week. Games, you know, we've done like one race and then called it. But I feel like this kind of format makes for a better. Sorry about that. I realized the person who I was capturing their audio had the stream going. So I was so confused. I didn't know where my voice was coming from. All right. Anyways, we're back. We're ready to go. We're gonna start our second loop here. Oh, the joys of restreaming. I'll tell you, it is some fun. All right. Alright, so we're gonna start up here. We got everyone's timers going. We're a little off sync, but that's okay. Alright, so track number 1. So we'll see if what our runners have learned from the last one. We had some talk in the SRL. That was just a warm-up. Billy Mays admitted to being a little greedy. So we'll see how they change up their strategies this time. Yeah, Strizer, you know all about the restreaming too. Okay. So track track 1, the first track here is a good kind of introduction as to like what you'll be expecting for the rest of the tracks too. You can see like the tracks don't really differ too much, but you know, I guess some of the obstacles and the ramps there do get a little more intense as you go. Billy Mays finished right around 1 minute. BBL's in about minute 6. Same with Magic K. And Olicat is not too far behind here. He's gonna finish right around a minute 11 there, RTA. Good start from these guys. Everyone finished in the top 3, so we'll get to continue on here. This game is just fun to watch too. Like, I know we should be doing more commentary, but I find myself just sitting here just like staring at all the screens and just watching them go. This is not one that I ever had as a kid or played when I was younger, so I'm not really like too familiar with it, so it's kind of cool for me just to sit here and watch it as well. Looks like Olic had a little bit of a spill there. Yeah, these sound effects are something else too. You weren't kidding. As Billy's hitting all those triangle ramps to get the most speed there, so that's good stuff. You can see Magic K like dipping the front of his tire down when he lands. So that is like the speed tech here. You want to like, I believe you want to like land and push left at the same time when you land to keep your speed. It's something like that. Alright, well, Billy Mays is in, he finishes second. Magic K gets a first place, so he'll move on as well. BBL first place in his loop. We're gonna come to the blue track now. Cat comes through. And he gets a second ranking, so he'll get to move on. So again, you do have to rank in the top 3 in order to proceed to the next track. Again, the only time it doesn't matter is on the last track. I guess we'll call it a good ending and bad ending. So if you finish the top 3 in the last track, you get the good ending. If you do not, then you'll get the bad ending. But the run is still complete, so. Okay, Magic K gets a little bit of a spill there. BBL gets some pretty good height there. That was cool. Billy finishes the first lap of this track. All the cats moving along at a good pace. These guys are doing much better of staying on the bike this time, though. We're not seeing nearly as many wipeouts as the first one, which is awesome. Of course, as I said that, somebody wipes out. The old commentator's curse. It's real. Billy Mays finishes in. That's a great time. As you can see by the first place finish, Magic K comes in as well. I think BBL's not far behind. There we go. I'm curious to see with Magic K's a little bit of a delay here if he's actually... Okay, he's not ahead, but it's pretty close. It's probably like maybe like 4-second difference between Billy and Magic. Well, he kind of finishes the track here. Let's see if he got the top 3. He did. He got 2, so he'll get to move on here, which is great. So another thing too, obviously you want to make sure you stay on the track. So you can see on this in this particular track, like there's a lot of like the blue section. Obviously the green section is the track itself. If you're driving on the blue section, I believe it's going to slow you down quite a bit. So making sure you're avoiding that, avoiding the little mud piles as well. I think those little speed bumps too can slow you down. I guess not so much. BBL just kind of ran over them. Wonder if it's because he had enough speed. Hitting those zippers to refill or to reset your temperature gauge as well, which is very important. And then obviously hitting those small little triangle ramps as much as you can to get the most speed. Because you can see exactly every time one of the guys hits those little small little wedge ramps. Okay, BBL finished at 5:12. Let's check out the rest of these guys here. Magic K's in at 5:13. Okay, so he's actually not far behind at all. BBL 5:23. And looks like Olicat's coming up to the finish now as well. I'll be curious to see if he gets the top 3 in this one. If you tap left to lift your front tire, you can go right over the... Oh, okay. Cool. Good to know. Okay, he got a number 2, so he'll move on as well. That section looked tough, the part that Billy just went over there. Alright, so if you hold left, you can go right over the small bumps. Oh, Magic K takes a huge tumble. It never gets old. I don't know, it's so comical when they just like tumble and fall. The sound effect is perfect too. It's not so funny for these guys, but... You can see these like elevated platforms in this track. It's pretty cool. Different little mechanic there. Yeah, this track's very tough. Seems like if you hit one of the tall ramps at the wrong angle or going too fast, it's going to force you to kind of tumble out. So you got to be careful about that. Trying to see, I think we're coming up to the finish. Yep, Billy Mays, 6:47 for Billy Mays for the finish on this track. Magic K, 6:54, so he lost a little bit of time on that one. They were only a second apart after the last track. And BBL should be coming up to the finish as well. There you go, 7:10, good job. And Olicat's not far behind himself. Oh, BBL gets a ranking number 3, so he'll get to move on to the final level. That's great. Alright, so 3 of our guys are in the final level, so they'll get to finish this run, hopefully. So yeah, again, as long as you finish... Oh, good, Olicat got it in ranking number 3 too. So actually, all 4 of our guys made it to the last track here. That's awesome. So yeah, again, as long as you finish this track, it doesn't matter the placing, it's still considered a valid run. Like I said, we're gonna call it the good and bad ending, so let's see. We'll see how our guys do here. Okay, Billy's passing lap 1, right around 750. Magic K as well. Seems to have made up some time here. It's gonna be a close finish between the two, Billy and Magic. Let's keep an eye on those guys and see. BBL coming in lap 1 there. Billy Cat takes a little bit of a spill. Oh, Billy Mays takes a huge tumble. That could cost him this round. Let's see. And Magic K comes through the finish line at 8:25. Yeah, that big tumble cost him. Ooh, and they were only 3 seconds apart in SRL. Magic K came in first, 8:37. Billy Mays second at 8:40. Wow. Wow. That was quite the finish. GG's to those guys. GG's to those. That was quite the finish there. That was pretty cool. All right, awesome stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself for a second here while we set up for the next one. So we got Magic K came in first there, so he'll get the win. So him and Olicad both have 1 victory, so we'll be back with the next loop in just a minute here. Alright, there we go. Want to get a little thing on the overlay here to show who's won so far. Okay. Alright, I think we're all ready to start our next loop here. GG's to those guys, yeah. Again, give these guys a follow if you haven't already. These guys are doing such an awesome job. Alright, we're gonna start our third loop here. Alright, and we're off. Alright, I'll try to call out the times as they go across the finish since we're not completely synced up here. So we got one victory for OllieCAD, one for Magic K. Again, the first one to 3 total victories will be our this month's winner. Again, the person who wins each month, they do get to pick 3 games that they would like to speedrun. There's certain criteria, and we asked the world record be under 25 minutes. As of right now, we're sticking to just NES and Super Nintendo titles. So the winner gets to pick 3 games, and then we, as all of the community votes on the 3 games, and the winner is announced the following day, and then we have just a little over a week to learn the games, and then we do our race here each month. So the races typically take place on the 3rd Sunday of every month. We've recently switched the race time to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It used to be at 12, but we have been having some better luck here at 2 p.m., so I think we'll stick with that for a little while. So again, if it's something that you guys are interested in doing, joining up here, please join our Discord, and we'd love to have new people kind of coming in. So. Alright, so everybody finishes the first loop okay. We're going to go into the second track here. And Billy's doing a good job hitting those wedge ramps, BBL as well. Also hitting that zipper right before. BBL takes a tumble there. Pick up one of the other audios so we can hear it a little better. See a little tumble there from Magic K. Okay, Billy's in at 223 for the finish. Magic K's in at 222. So we're really close again between those guys. I think OllieCAD was around like 229, 230. Same with BBL. That's a pretty close race so far. To our blue track here. Oh, we got an overheat from Magic K. It's going to slow him down. Billy does a good job hitting those wedge ramps. OllieCAD does a little bit of a spill there himself. BBL's moving along just fine. Alright, Magic K is back up. Billy hits lap 1. Looks like we had another overheat there. BBL's moving along a good pace here. Great to see even just the difference from like the first loop that we did to now. Like these guys have seem to have gotten a pretty good feel for it, moving along really well. All right, Billy's in. They're around like a 341.